So now we have done till rate offering. So Shiva, Samrin, any doubts or anything on the whatever we did saw yesterday?
No, Kishore, not from my side.
Shiva, you?
Yeah, okay, it's okay.
Okay. So now rate record. So rate record is basically created based on the rate offering we created. So when I mean generally the rate offering will provide the general contract details like service provider and all those stuff. But whereas in rate record provides when it will in rate record will define the specific costing and the the specific costing or rate and from one place to another. So basically, the rate record will have the specific details of cost and all for the specified rate offering and rate service whatever we created. So study. So rate offering in the on the high level, basically where rate offering will sorry rate record on high level whatever the rate offering will have the general contracts with it will not have any cost or so, but it will have the service provider transfer mode details and all those stuff in the rate offering. But for that particular rate offering to have the cost details, you need to create the rate record. So which we are creating now. So to create the rate record, you have to create based on the rate offering. So whatever you created, so we have created the direct rate offering, right? So on that rate offering, we'll create the rate record. So once you enter the rate offering, the results will come based on if you click on the finish, so it will open the rate record page, new rate record page to enter the details. And so I will share the navigation document today or tomorrow. Shivan, something. I have
Okay,
to update it.
Okay.
So maybe tomorrow I'll send. Tomorrow after the class, I'll just update it and send it. I'll put
okay.
the navigations
So,
and send it.
tomorrow there is holiday, right? So we are
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to class or no?
No, we'll have class. The same time for 1 hour. I'll continue. I'll take the course.
Okay, okay, sure. No issues.
So I'm just creating the rate record name, rate record ID. So rate offering is already there, and rate service. I'm assigning whatever we created. So now payment method code and all I'm not assigning. So we'll see the hierarchy. I'm creating the lane. So once we created locations, so I'm going with the location to location. So you have other details like how we have in uh, location and all, like via source location, via destination location details and all we have. Right now we are not using anything.
Demo Bangalore.
So destination is Chennai.
Hmm.
So now I'm defining the cost of the shipment.
Okay.
So basically, this is a lane which you are defining, and post that the major part here is rate cost. So in rate cost, you will have many options to play with the rates. So this is where generally you see the major options for the rates. So when you have the see, basically here you see the basis. Basis is basically the condition if you want to have anything, any restriction on anything. Suppose if you can take the cost type or like the actual departure time or destination city, destination country, and I mean count of location reference. If you have anything in specific to restrict the rate, you can have it and enter the details. For example, if you take the destination city, it will ask for the operator. If you can click on any operator like null or anything, so based on that you can give the value. So based on this, if this satisfies, then only it will go to the cost.
Okay.
Okay, so basis is basically to define the any condition. uh See, any condition to pick the rate.
Okay.
Okay, so basically now I am so here you can use the rate, unit break profile and all those stuff. I'll tell you later. So as of now, what I'm doing is I'm just assigning uh, for the whole shipment. Okay, on what basis you are charging 10 USD dollars. So I'm just giving the shipment. So I'm just planning, I for whole shipment I'm charging the amount of 10 USD. So basically what you can do is you can apply the multiple things here. So if you have the normal cost, and if you have the any sequence numbers, or if you have any rounding type, if you want to declare, you can add any number, you have any item part. So it's all basically whenever you want, but most of the times what we will do is we will have the details of creating, like most of the times we will not use the all the options. So see,
Hmm.
this is the just basic scenario which we are creating. I'll actually explain you what all other features we have, and come to this basis part at the cost level. This is all like at what level you want to apply the cost. So basically I'm applying for the whole shipment. So you can apply at the weight level, you can apply at the volume level, you can apply at any level, actually whatever options we have. You can apply at the ship
Yes.
unit level, or shipment weight level, or order release weight level. So you can apply the cost at any level based on the requirement you have. So the requirement is basically we have to analyze. So for now I'm applying for the whole shipment. So going forward we'll see the other options as well. What do we have? Okay, so we'll create another like one or two scenarios with the different weight options as well. So
Hmm.
so that you will get some idea. Now I have created the rate. And accessorial cost, as I told you, it is an additional cost if you want to apply for the lane. So for the source to destination, if you want to have any additional services and the additional accessorials, if you want to create, this is a basically accessorial cost is basically a additional cost. So which generally you will apply. So this accessorial cost will create, and actually this is a additional cost which I'm not applying anything right now. On the new special service, if you are offering any special service for this lane for this service provider, if they are offering any special service, you can add it here. So right now we are not doing anything, so I'm just creating the rate record.
Okay.
So we have the rates and all the master data whatever we need to create the data apart from itinerary. So now we'll create itinerary and then go with the order release. So now we have rate record and all those stuff. Now I'm creating itinerary. So itinerary is basically a specific route for a shipment. So where you can have the specifying the requirements for the destination and the other shipping legs, source and destination on the other shipping legs. So itinerary. So as we know, we'll define the route, and in that route, what are we carrying? Like kind of an what is the equipment you are going to pick? What is the service provider you're going to pick? So what is the service provider profile ID you want to pick? So all those stuff will actually define here. Okay, so itinerary is basically is just to define a route and how it is going to pick. So this is basically itinerary of this Bangalore Chennai ITI, right? So I'm just creating the same itinerary, and we are basically doing the by shipment now. So I'm creating the by shipment and hierarchy. So basically we are having the location to location. So I'm giving the location to location, and the weight, volume details and all. It's like it's if you want to have any specific to pick this itinerary, so you can define the minimum weight, minimum volume as well. If our order has only this much weight, so this has to be picked. So maximum weight only till 100 lb it will allow. So you can define here how it has to pick. And the multi-stop itinerary, if you click on this checkbox, it will become a multi-stop itinerary. So this consolidation and deconsolidation shipments, I'll explain you later what is it, what is meant by consolidation and deconsolidation when we use it. So now we have created the itinerary to location. So now I have defined the location, source location and destination location. Now here it comes. So to create the leg. So how many legs you will create, that many shipments it will basically create. So now we need to have only one shipment and one leg. So I'm creating only one leg for this. Okay, so sequence number I'm defining it as a one. I'm just making it as a primary leg. So primary leg, suppose that you can define the rate offering rate record if you want. Else, if you have the optimized equipment. So optimized equipment is basically what it means is it is basically whatever the equipment you have, it will optimize it and fit into that particular container whatever we assign. So if you in the first leg, so generally if you are creating the multiple legs as well, so what will happen? So generally in the first leg you will have optimized equipment. In the second leg and third leg you will have the reuse equipment. Basically we are using the same equipment, uh, but it is a different transport mode if you are using the multi-leg shipments. So we'll have, if it is no equipment, then it will not have any equipment option, and it will automatically take whatever is there in the equipment dimensions, whatever you have.
So can you just explain once again these three options: optimize equipment, no equipment, and multi-stop one?
So optimize equipment is basically it will optimize the equipment option whatever we have. Suppose if you have the equipment group profile have configured in the itinerary. So if you have the multiple equipment groups within the equipment group profile, so basically it will look for the best equipment and it will optimize it and it will fit into this shipment when it is planning.
Okay.
So reuse equipment is basically what it happens. So if when you are using like multi-stop, multi-leg shipments, sorry, not multi-stop, multi-leg shipments. So basically, what will happen? Equipment will be the same, but the transport mode will be the different. So the whatever you packed into the containers, basically they'll shift the same container. They'll not change anything. So basically, if you have that kind of scenario, what will happen? You use the reuse equipment. So that what happens? The same equipment in the second shipment, whatever it creates, also it will use the same equipment and it will create the shipment.
Okay.
Okay. So no equipment is basically it will not do anything. Whatever we have it in the equipment group profile, it will pick. It will not optimize or anything. It will whatever it is, it will pick.
Okay.
Okay.
So reuse it
So now
used when we have multi stop shipments, right?
like multi-leg. I mean basically multi-leg, multi-stop. Even it will have the kind of a single.
Single transport.
It is a single shipment. You will have the multiple
Sure.
stops. So multi-leg will have the multi-legs.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So now, so these are like different options which I'm not I don't have any payment method code and auto consolidation type. We are not I'm not doing any auto consolidation. So location rule, location gate, location radius. So this is all I don't have any in-bit intermediate stop or anything. Sorry. So this location ID I don't have anything because yeah I so this is a single location area. If you have any center point or anything for this, so right now I don't have anything for the center point, so I'm just using the single shipment. So create single shipment. So if you want, you can create, you can have this checkbox also. It is just what it happens, it will create the single shipment for the uh, source to destination whatever we defined. Okay, it's not mandatory, but if you want, if you have that scenario and if you have it anything like that, you can do it actually. So now I'm just clicking on the, I'm just defining the mode profile and equipment group profile, whatever we created, right? So I'm just, so now I have defined, I don't have any involved parties for this route. Okay. And you can define the expected cost or anything, but right now I'm not defining anything because so I can, I have the rate, it will automatically pick. So I'm saving this leg. So I have created the leg. So now I have itinerary ready and all the stuff ready. So now I can actually, now actually I can plan the shipment. So before planning the shipment, so release and all those stuff. Let me see if I have that stuff here. So now, Shiva, are you clear, right? Till itinerary, whatever we created, what is
Yeah.
basically what is meant by itinerary and all those stuff.
Yeah. It's clear.
Easy, if I mm, just a minute, I'm just pulling the PPT. So for the other one, see, basically, so in OTM, so we do have like, no, I think we are getting some noise. Yeah. So creating. So basically, what we have is in OTM. Basically, what we can do is from order to planning and settlement we can do. So basically, how we start on what we do. So this is basically one of the scenario which we have put it in the PPT. So for one of the manufacturing company selling printers to customers in US region with TL transport mode. So this is just for your understanding. I have kept it. So and this is the scenario, and this is how the tendering and all. We'll see the later what it is. So basically order based creation. So what is order based? So what do you mean by order based in general? Uh, Scenario. So order base is something you have the order details, but you don't know when to ship. So this is all the basic definitions, but I'm just giving you in the layman understanding. So order base is basically we'll have whole order details. If they wanted to have, like, they wanted 200 quantities of printers, so we have the order information, but we don't know when to ship. So we don't have the any actual departure date or actual delivery date with us. So for that, what we do is basically we'll have the order base created based on the production and based on the manufacturing setups. Will incrementally release the different quantities of the order over a period of time. So that is why generally we'll use order base. If you want to deliver anything on the incremental order, incrementally, if you want to deliver any product or any manufacturing or anything, so basically for over a period of time, for a month time or 2 months time or 3 months time, generally we'll have the order base. So basically what happens in order base, so generally you can uh, actually partially release the order base. If you have 100 quantity and you have 20 quantities ready and they wanted it to be delivered, so what we will do is from the order base and the release line. So basically when you are releasing the line, so you can have the quantity 20 quantity delivered. So basically so that is how the order base works. So clear what is order base?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So basically how it can be created. So it can be created either in the application or you can receive it via integration. Integration is something from any other system like Oracle EBS or SAP EBS or anything. So from the external system, any EBS or any EBS system or any other system. So where they are using. So because there are many customized systems, some of the customers will be using for creating their orders or to manage their order management stuff. So basically integration is something which we receive it from external system. But so whereas in OTM, so you have the order management, you can create it manually, basically with the order management section. So purchase order base, you can create the order base. So this is how the different, basic stuff which we have we have kept it in the screenshot. So got it?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically now we'll see the order release, and post that we'll have the ship unit details. So basically order release definition. So basically order release is uh, see, in the general terms, order release is something when we go for order release. Order release is something which we know everything and we have the order in place. We know when the actual departure date and arrival date. So basically, what means we have the order ready, but we just have to deliver it. So in that we have everything in place. So we just have to start the shipment planning. So in that time, we'll go for the order release. So even they have mentioned it here only, whole order that is ready for planning. So that is what order release means. So difference between order base and order release is ready to ship, but order base is we have the order details, but we don't know when to ship. So we don't have proper details of when to ship the whole order. So basically what it happens, we'll deliver the goods based on the periodical way, like incremental way in the over a period of time. So that is the difference between order base and order release. So on the shipments can be planned on order release, not on the order base. In order base, you cannot create the shipment, but what will happen from order base, you can do the release lines. So we can order base from order base, order release can be created. From order release, shipment will get created. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll show you, like, see, basically now I will explain what is this, and we'll create order release and plan the shipment. But in the next scenarios, we'll have many other scenarios which we are going to see. In that time, we will actually do from the order base. Order base, we'll see the different scenarios and different practical sessions instead of theoretical.
Mhm.
So even order release is same. You can create it from the order base, or you can create it manually in the OTM, directly order release, and you can actually receive it from the integration. So you have three options of order release creation. So order base is something, as I told you, you can release the lines or ship units from the order base, and manually you can create it how the navigation it is there, and integration means you will receive it from the external system. So basically, this is all the bulk plan stuff. We'll see it later. So because first we know, once we know the, I mean, once we create this order release and stuff, then we'll go to the bulk plan. What is bulk plan and all? I'll explain you. So first, right now we are going to see the basic planning of OTM. So order release ID. So it will basically directly pick, or I'm just giving it as for my reference. So direct order release. And order release name, no, I don't, I mean, I don't need anything. So now I'm just giving the basic details. Okay, so going forward we'll see what are all the different details we have. So where to use, when to use. So
Order
you just,
configuration.
sorry.
Order configuration.
Yeah, I'll tell you that as well. So order configuration, basically you will have the 7 items. This is 7 items we'll have. So one is like one to one and ship unit lines, pre-pack, auto calculate unique. So right now I'm using one to one. So one to one is basically what, if you give the ship unit information, so it will take the line item automatically.
Kishore, can you just repeat all? I mean, just can you explain what one to one does once again? Because I have not understood it.
No, one to one is basically what it happens if you give the ship unit information. So
Mhm.
line item details will be auto created.
Okay.
So there are different options. Okay, I'll explain you what all. So what is meant by ship unit? Even ship unit does the same, but actually in a other way. So even ship unit lines, if you have the, if you enter the line information, it will actually ship unit will create. Ship unit details will get create. So there are different options. So majorly we'll use one to one. But I'll explain you all the seven. There are seven actually. Wave management is not under, like, there are 7 items till the simple. These are the default and public items. Generally will have it. So you can actually customize the order configuration as well. This is entirely a different part. So I'll explain you what is it and what we'll do on it. All seven, and how can we customize, how can we create new items and all, new order configurations. How can we do that and all? I'll explain you guys.
Okay.
Okay. So right now, since I'm using one to one, I told you like what is meant by this thing. So I have the details. So location details I have given. The order configuration I have given. The ship unit part. Sorry, this is vice versa. If we create line item, it will take the this
Ship
thing.
is automatically.
Yeah, yeah. So packaged item, what we created.
Demo.
um, so demo item, I think. No? Yes. Nice. So count I am giving. So I am giving it as 10 count and weight. So since I have configured this item with the equipment and all with the cages, I'm just giving the cages. And even volume I created with the cubic inches, I think. So I'll go with the cubic inches. So now I have defined like basic stuff. So packaged item, packaged count, weight and volume. Okay, so I'm not giving any other details. So like package length and all we haven't defined, and I'm not using it. If you use it, so basically what it happens, it will planning will basically fail. So whatever the details you are giving, it should match with the whatever equipment and all those stuff you created to pick this to plan this order. So basically, so now I have the order ready. I'm just creating the order.
Constraints and all is not necessary.
No, constraints is basically what happened. You if you want to hard code anything, so you have. I'll explain you what is the constraints and all. So I'll just create the order. I'll edit it and show you what will be there. So if you want to hard code any order like rate service, rate offering, or any itinerary. So if you want for this order, if you want to pick only particular rate or particular itinerary, you can define it in constraints. Involved parties is something if anyone else, if any other contact apart from the source contact and destination contact, if any other intermediate contacts are involved in this order release, you can have the involved parties in place.
Okay.
Okay, involved parties is something who is there anyone else involving in this particular route or particular order?
Okay.
So that is what the involved parties is. What man? Sometimes it is so fast. So I will just edit and show you like. Yeah. So now you can see the ship unit got created once we enter the line item. And the constraint part, if you want to see, so constraint part basically if you want to hard code anything, so based on that only actually it will pick the whole details.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have hard code the rate offering, so only if this rate satisfies this rate offering on the rate record, so it will pick. If you have any fixed itinerary, so it will, if the itinerary will satisfy this order list, then only it will plan. So if not, it will not plan. So if you want to hard code anything, you can actually use the constraints part. So now what I'm doing is I'm just doing the planning.
Mhm.
Planning in the sense I'm creating the shipment. So basically from where operational planning. So create by shipment. So we are using generally we can use bulk plan by, but I'm just as a basic. I'm just showing you how to see what are the available itineraries for this route. I mean for this source to destination. Basically, if you have what are the available itineraries and rates for the shipment. So if you want to do something, so you have to go to the show routing options. Basically, when you have any issue on the planning part, so either you have to extract the logs. So instead of extracting logs directly, what you can do is you can directly do the show routing option, so that you can see whether the valid rates and itineraries are coming or not.
Okay.
So here if it is not coming, it means that there is some problem with the itinerary. So initially first it will show itinerary, then the following with the rates.
Okay. Automatically, it will show the rates also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I said you, like if you have the multiple rates for the same source and destination, so for the different transport modes, so now we have created this itinerary, so it is
Mhm.
showing. So once you create, either you can directly create it. If you click on optimize, so it will actually take the best rate and create the shipment. But if you want to see the available rates for this itinerary and for the route, so you can click on the show option, so that list of rates will come. So based on that, you can actually pick it and
Correct.
plan the shipment.
Mhm.
So now whatever itinerary we created is working fine. So it shows the valid itinerary.
Mhm.
Oh, and it is taking too much time. Huh? So now this itinerary is also showing. So whatever we created, the rate is also showing. Like that, you will have the different itineraries in here.
Okay.
So we created demo DHL, transport mode as TL. So transit time we have given as 1 day. So it is automatically picking. So start time and end time for the shipment. Since we have given 1 day, we are planning it now. It is taking the now like 9:52 time, and it will be estimated depart arrival time will be like 9:52. Both are showing. So end time is
Mhm.
1 day it is taking.
Okay.
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 So now if I click on OK, the shipment gets created. So like how it shows now, you will have the different rates showing here. You can select it. You will have the checkbox here. So you can select whatever rate if you want, you can create. So if you are directly optimizing it, it will take the least cost and the least service time rate.
Okay.